Need extra money for college? ISL Education Lending Scholarship Program provides $1,000 for college expenses. Registration is easy and no essay is required. Visit www.iowastudentloan.org/register to learn more. The scholarship is open to Iowa residents who are in high school and college students, as well as parents of those students. Register by November 30th for your chance at one of the 45 awards at www.iowastudentloan.org/register.
So where are you this morning?
I am home in Manhattan, New York. How about you?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm.
You've come down this way very much, but been here a while.
Nice, nice. I don't think I've ever been. Actually, I might have, but it was a long, long time ago.
You probably had a connecting flight going to somewhere else. That's
Probably something like that, yeah.
the whole world comes through here. So you grew up Lower Manhattan?
Yes, Lower Manhattan, Battery Park City area.
Nice, nice. So what was it like there? Just what was the culture like growing up there?
It was super like family oriented, I would say. There were lots of kids, and it was kind of like this bubble for like
Yeah.
kids, and like a bunch of schools and a bunch of like dance classes and like soccer moms. That was really the like vibe of it. Somehow.
Really? I picture like that part just being very dense. And so the mixture of soccer moms there, I always think of like soccer moms like with minivans. Like where can you drive a minivan there?
No, like they're, I don't want to say like they're like hippies, but a little bit. It's kind of like, I don't know, like they'll like run around on the like grass with like bare feet, like with their kids playing soccer. Basically, like they're super attached to their kids. It's super like, yeah, they're very close with their kids. It's not what you would expect, but it was nice.
Yeah. So having your parents there, and then they're very artistic as well. Did you have a lot of other friends who had parents like yours who were just very artistic and in the
Yeah,
community?
yeah, definitely. Because there were a lot of them lived in like around Tribeca or like Soho or something. That's where like, all
Oh
the
yeah.
artists live. So yeah, definitely had a lot of friends that were into the arts, and a lot of their parents were probably famous that I didn't really know because I was like 6 or something. But yeah, yeah.
So growing up, what was the first music that you stumbled on? Obviously, it was probably your parents who had a big role in that. It seemed like you were like into Michael Jackson, Prince, and all of that stuff growing
Yeah,
up.
yeah, definitely like Michael Jackson, Beyonce, even Rihanna and Britney Spears. Britney
Oh
Spears
yeah.
a lot too. Yeah, yeah. A lot of that was my mom though, but mostly them. Mostly them.
Yeah, you could tell Britney Spears is a pretty big influence because you're really great at dancing. When did you discover that?
Well, I was doing ballet when I was in like elementary school, so that I was kind of done with that. I was like, no, this is not what I want to do. But then later on in like middle school, I kind of like rediscovered my love for it, but it wasn't ballet, it was more hip hop. So yeah, I joined this dance team and we would compete and stuff. So yeah, it was probably middle school around, yeah, 6th grade, my first year of middle school.
Yeah, did you do talent contests and things like
Yeah,
that through school?
we did do a lot of talent shows with my team and everything. I was always too scared to do it myself. My mom always wanted me to sing a song or something, but I was like, no, 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 I can't do that. So it was mostly just dancing. Yeah.
Yeah, that feeling when you first, especially when you're really young. I mean, when you first get up in front of a crowd, it's just that must be. Do you remember that moment when you first performed in front of a crowd?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's weird. I feel like I've become like a completely different person. Like it's like my alter ego is like me dancing on a stage. Like right now, like the way I'm talking to you right now is completely different from how I feel when I'm like in front of people like dancing, and yeah. So I would, yeah. Yeah. It's definitely, it was definitely a really freeing moment. Yeah.
What do you do to get in the zone before you like hit the stage? Do you have like a ritual?
Honestly, I don't know, because when I start dancing, I just kind of black out. Like I don't really like, I'm not really thinking at all. But I guess right before I kind of just, yeah, I just kind of talk with my friends. I would, we would play music with my friend, just go over everything and yeah, drink a lot of water. It wasn't like a super ritual thing. I was just like, okay, I know I'm gonna black out, so there's no need for me to do much.
Yeah. So, and then growing up, how did you get into songwriting?
Oh, well, actually, I have always kind of, I thought I could songwrite when I was like maybe 6 years old. I have like a bunch of journals in my room of like just pages of me writing things like before I would go to sleep. And I never really took it seriously. I would like write half a song and then not like it and then start another one the next day.
Yeah.
But I didn't really start like taking it seriously until like ninth grade when Charles, was kind of guiding me through. It was like, look, we want you to try to get more into songwriting. So I was like, okay, okay. Now I've done this before, but not really that well. So yeah, definitely feel like I'm improving in that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's something if you do more and more of, and definitely it's like an exercise, just like you're dancing. It's just, how many thousands of hours it takes to really, get to that point where, it becomes natural to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Charles Farrar, tell me about him, legendary producer.
Yeah, so we were kind of like connected through his partner too, Merlin. And the way we know Merlin is because his daughter was one of my sister's best friends like like a while ago. But they're still friends now. But yeah, so the reason that we even kind of met was because I posted this video on Instagram of me singing, and Merlin's wife, I think, at the time, showed him the video or like was playing it, and he was like, "Oh, who is that?" And then he sent it to Charles, and then I guess I kind of just came in and sang and danced for them. So that's how we kind of met. And yeah, yeah. So that was like 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Which is,
Yeah.
it feels longer to you
It,
being as young as you are, but 2 years is a blip for once you
oh
get up over maybe 30-ish, then like nothing. But for you, I'm sure it's like, wow,
yeah.
meeting this legend. He's worked with Tyrese, Boys to Men,
Hmm.
some real serious, huge acts. And his business partner is Merlin Bob, who signed Missy Elliott and Brandy.
I
It's like you
know.
get to meet these all these amazing, talented people and legends.
Hopefully, I've gotten to meet Darius Rucker, the country singer. If you know, I got to meet him. That was really cool. So yes,
Yeah.
hopefully I will get the pleasure to be in their presence one day. But yeah,
So as far as recording goes, when did that all start for you? And
yeah.
how big is that back catalog? Of course, you're young, so it can't be that huge, right? At this
Oh yeah,
moment.
yeah. It was around the same time 2 years ago. They had me come in and like sing and dance a little bit just to see that it's like real, like like not
Oh
like
yeah.
tone deaf. But I don't know how long it was after that. Maybe like 2 weeks or so. They had me come in just to record a song, just to see like how I was recording. And yeah, that was the first song we recorded. We finished it in like a session and it went pretty well. Like everything was like surreal to me. I was like, whoa, this is not for real. I was working with like really cool people and everything was just really cool. And then we came in again, maybe the same time, like 2 weeks ish later, and recorded another song. And that was great. And that was like my favorite. My mom was so excited. So yeah, I mean, we don't record as often now, but we're gonna start back up again just because of the whole like pandemic thing, obviously. But yeah,
So
definitely.
basically, you've had some singles out. How
Mm,
many so far?
two.
Rain is one of your singles.
Yeah, yeah, cover. Yes.
Beautiful cover. That's out there on YouTube as well. And then the centerpiece of what we're talking about here today is Serial F Boy.
Yes. Yes.
What is the backstory behind that new hot single?
Well, so around the time that I met them, I had this boyfriend, I guess, and we were kind of on and off for a while. So when we wrote that song, the concept was already kind of made up, but I was like, oh, this is perfect. I have no problem writing to this. There's no problem. I have so much content. So we were kind of like, like going back and forth, and it was like a spontaneous like writing session. It was just like, oh hey, I want you to try this. Like go sing this in the booth, and we'll come up with other things to add on to it. And so yeah, basically he just didn't know how to you know just stick with one person. It's not that difficult, but it was perfect timing when the song was like kind of brought to my attention, because I was like, oh, perfect. This is exactly what I needed to hear and what I needed to tell people. So yeah, we only got to release it like a year later almost, but still applies to today, and a lot of people are relating to it, which is great for me. I'm super glad that people like it.
Yes. It's funny because I really do feel a lot of people can relate to that, and young and way older. It's
Yeah.
the it's and I think that and you're gonna find that groove, I think, as you're writing. It's like if I'm writing stuff that's really connecting with people, I'm like, aha,
Yeah.
I know what you're doing here. I know what you've gone through. That's really where it clicks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
And then you got the video, which what was that process like?
That was a really fun day, actually. That was my first time ever really, being like in a professional like environment with a bunch of people that are just working to, do this music video to my song. So I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay, like this is it, Asha. Like you need to like really like come on, focus. And a few days before I had gotten this really bad haircut, and I was so like sad about it. And I was like, crap, like they're gonna kill me. But I came in and everything ended up being fine. Like I was totally fine, and it was really fun, and everyone was just awesome, and we were all dancing, and it was just really fun. So
Yeah, it
yeah.
looks like it. Who was the director on that
The
video?
director was Benny Boom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really good director. And everything just looks so natural. How was the choreography? How was that produced?
Oh, that was fun. We did that with choreographer Soraya, and yeah, we had to go in a few times, like just us two, and like make up a thing, and then we had to teach like 8 other girls, or maybe I don't know exactly how many. I think it was 7-ish, but we had to teach them, and obviously they caught on like that because they're like professional dancers
Oh
too.
yeah. Make it
But
look easy.
I hadn't danced in a while. I hadn't danced in like almost a year because of the pandemic. So I was still kind of getting used to it, and I was just trying to blend in with the rest of them, like to at least look as good, because I don't want to be a fraud. But yeah, so it was really fun getting to know all of them, and they were all older than me. I didn't know that they were all like older than me. I think they were between 18 and like 25, the girls. I had no idea. But yeah, they were really fun. They were super fun.
Oh, really young to me.
Okay, well, to me, because I was still 16, so
Yeah, yeah,
I was
it's
kind of
true. Like, 24-year-old is probably like, wow, I remember that very, very well. But
yeah.
that's so cool. I mean, you make it look so effortless in the video. Definitely, it pulls it off, and it really enhances the song. And that song was also featured on, is it a World of Music? I came
Oh, it was
across it.
on, yeah, World of Dance, World of Dance. Yeah,
World of Dance.
yeah.
Yeah, it's and they seem to be incredibly inspired by it.
Yeah, that was also really cool to see a bunch of people like dancing to the song. That was really cool. I think that went on for a couple weeks, and there were just people tagging me and being like, "Oh my God, love the song!" And I was like, "Guys, oh my God, like I can't." It was really cool, and they had a little like award thing, little award ceremony, and I got to be a part of that. So I thought that was really cool. That was really cool.
Yeah, you've arrived when you've done that. Have you done much live performing just all together, or you just plan on ramping that up in the future?
No, we haven't done anything like that yet, but I think right now the goal kind of is to get like a collective, like just even enough for like an EP. And we have enough to do that already. It's just, trying to perfect it and everything before we can release that, because I feel like 2 singles out is not enough. Is not enough. I love sharing it. I want to put out more, but yeah, I think the goal right now is to do that. So
Yeah, that's how it is these days. It's not like you can do like this long concept album. Maybe you can do that in the future, but the way the
yeah.
format is now, it's just like, yeah, single, single, single. Let's, really promote this video. It's kind of going back to the way it was when like rock pretty much started, rock and pop.
hmm Yeah, I did. Yeah, I do notice that. Like it's super like trendy for people to like put out one song and push it like really, really hard and then just kind of like disappear or kind of like
Yeah.
it's like what? I don't want to do that. That's why I want to like, I want to try to be consistent with everything. But yeah, I think an EP is enough.
Yeah, an EP is good. And it's nice to have a collage of songs because it's kind of like it's more of a time capsule and it gives you the time to really say, hey, this is what I was going through at this age. And it's great for the future, actually.
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah.
So, your vocal style, when did you discover that? When, like, hey, I could hit these notes?
Oh, well, when I was younger and I didn't want to sing in front of anybody, I would do karaoke all the time, just by myself. So, that's kind of how I found out that I liked singing. And it was just kind of a hobby for myself. But I would take videos, I would put my phone up and take videos of me singing karaoke like to the computer for like 2 hours. So I kind of, and I never really got to have vocal lessons when I was younger. So it wasn't, like I got to be developed as I was growing up. But yeah, I would probably say just literally by singing karaoke in my room.
Yeah, yeah, that's a place to practice. Nobody's watching. I
Yeah,
think Michael
exactly.
Jackson used to practice his dance moves. Nobody was watching it. It's like that's where you want to do it. It's like then
Yeah,
one day you bring it out.
right. No judgment until you start showing people, and then it's like, oh,
Go Ford for your next truck or SUV and find an easier way to buy with Woodhouse Ford today and experience the convenience of buying with Woodhouse Ford. Lease a 2023 Ford Escape Active for $397 per month for 48 months and 7,500 miles per year. First payment and $299 doc fee due at signing. Security deposit waived. Tax title license extra with approved credit. Expires 12/04/2023.
Capture the spirit of the holidays like never before with Rockbrook Camera, Nebraska and Western Iowa's premier camera store since 1975. Rockbrook Camera has the latest cameras and lenses, so you can preserve precious memories and learn new photography skills that will last a lifetime. Let the knowledgeable photography pros at Rockbrook Camera show you how to take great pictures of family traditions, the kids' sporting events, and the kids' big holiday musical. Rockbrook Camera is always ready to help with amazing customer support. Join one of their photo classes to learn the best tips and order a beautiful, custom-made gift from their photo lab. Capture the beauty and majesty of winter's snowy landscapes. Be prepared for holiday gatherings and be ready to capture all the family fun. Visit Rockbrook Camera today, 1 block south of 168th and West Center in Omaha, 70th and Pioneers in Lincoln, or online at rockbrookcamera.com. Rockbrook Camera. Great photography begins here.
okay, yeah. It was a little awkward for me because I would only post it on like Instagram or something, and then when I started doing that, that's when they found me. So I was like, oh crap, oh crap, this is real.
Yeah, it's great to have that technology now. To have Instagram, you can just like
Yeah,
just send it out there. Back in the old days, you had to really work to try to get something out
yeah,
there.
yeah. Seriously, I don't know how I would have been able to do something like that. Yeah. I was super insecure about it back then too. I would like post it and then I would be like, ew, ew, I need to delete it because there wasn't enough likes or something, which was so dumb. But that's just how it is, I guess.
Yeah, it's easy to get that way and to get judgmental like that. And
Mhm.
even if you're watching it and like, oh my God, why did I do that? It's like, take it down, take it down. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's probably better than you think it is. How do you feel when you hear your voice back? Because a lot of people like, are doing announcing or singing or whatever. And it's like most of us don't like to hear our voice back.
Mhm. Well, I personally, I okay, it depends. It depends. If it's like we recorded a song, and they send it back to me, I'll listen to it over and over and over again. I'll be analyzing it, maybe over analyzing it, but I'll also be like, wow, this is my voice. Like I'm listening to my voice in my headphones and it sounds professional and really good. And I'll like, I don't know, it's just because my favorite thing to do is to listen to music. That's all I do is I listen to music and like make playlists for very specific situations. It's weird, but I do like listening to my voice back. But maybe not for like announcing things, just singing. That's all.
Yeah, just get it out there and just
Yeah.
express yourself. It's just so nice to share with the world. So your parents, where do they come from? What are their backgrounds? Because this is interesting how they've connected you to the music world.
Mhm. Yeah, my mom is she's from Utah actually. She wasn't really like raised in a super artistic household, but she does enjoy like her hobbies are like, like visual arts and like doing like little collages and making like things, but more like arts and crafts. But my dad, he's from California and he grew up in a more artistic household. He was super into like arts and everything. He still is. He's an artist. He's a great artist. He does paintings, drawings, he makes like videos. He's done movies, like, well, yeah. He's done a lot of things. It's kind of like hard to sum it up, but he's a super artist and so he's super supportive of the whole music thing. And he has friends that were in the music industry and stuff. So yeah, he's super supportive and excited for me. And so's my mom.
When did you stumble on his creativity and how it inspired you? Was it at a very
Well,
young age?
yeah, no, yeah. He definitely was more my inspiration for like art when I was younger. We would paint together all the time and draw and things. And he bought me a camera, so we'd go take pictures of things and he would take me to like art museums. So he was super like pushing, like, please be artistic, please be creative. And thank God that's all I am. So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's true. He gave you that start. It's kind of nice when you have that hookup. So Merlin Bob, really huge in the industry. Do you remember that audition that they
Yeah.
connected you with to him?
Yeah, it seemed like it seemed like they were super like serious about it. They were like, "Come on, like, just sing for us and do a little dance." And like, I was kind of nervous, but then when we finished, they were like, "All right, cool." And I was like, "Oh, that's it? Okay, okay, see you guys later." And they were just kind of asking me like, "Oh, so who are your inspirations? Like, what do you see for yourself? What are your goals? Like, what do you want to come out of this?" And so they were just asking me like super realistic questions. And, I was kind of like a little bit nervous, but now that I've been with them for like 2 years, I've seen other people come into audition, like, and I've watched people and I've been able to like put in my own input and be like, oh wow, that was me. Now I understand like how you guys felt when you were coming and watching me. So yeah, it was definitely a little nerve wracking because I don't sing for people, but it was
Yeah.
very, yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, not everybody gets that chance to perform in front of the guy who's the
I
VP of
know.
A&R at
I
Atlantic
know, and
Records.
I wasn't even thinking about that when I was in there. I was just like, "This is my sister's friend's dad." I was like, "And some other strangers that I don't know," but whatever. And then I later come out and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't really realize that this was like, I didn't put all the pieces together. No one really told me what was going on." So I felt like I was just going in and singing and dancing for some people, and yeah, it was really fun though. I remember being super nervous.
So where are you at now as far as your education and school and all that?
I'm in 11th grade, so I'm a junior now. I had recently tried doing homeschooling, but it is not for me. I can't do it. I need routine and structure and I need discipline. When I was here at home, I did it for like a month and I woke up late every day. I didn't do anything and I was like, wow, this is not working at all. So I was like begging my mom, please let me go back to school. Please let me go back to school. And so I came back and now I feel so much better because before that I was slacking and, just being a bad student, being a teenager. But I'm trying to get better, be you know, on top of everything. So
So at school, it's basically it's a lot of arts. Obviously, you know what you want to do. So it's like,
yeah,
do
yeah.
you really need to do math and science and all this other stuff?
I mean, there's art stuff at school. I'm taking a music class. It's not really like, the music that I'm doing, but it's just kind of learning how to read music and
Mm.
everything. So I'm trying to incorporate things so I'm more like interested in actually going. But yeah,
How's
it'll
it
be
going as you're trying to learn how to read music? That to me is like so hard.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. First period class too. Yeah,
Ooh,
it's a little difficult, but
the most intense. Well, that's probably good to get the most intense thing out of the way for the day.
mhm,
I would
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
They say it's a really good skill, not that you have to know. Some of our biggest artists never learned how to read,
Mm,
but it's a really good skill. I was listening to a podcast, the guitarist for Guns N' Roses, his name is Slash, and
mm.
he said, it would have been so great if I knew how to read music because I was in certain situations where there were these old school guys I was playing with, and they were like, you don't know how to read music. What's your problem? And so that it would have been so much easier.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't even play any instruments right now. I'm learning how to play the guitar right now. I'm trying to do that. But aside from that, like no. I tried playing in middle school because I was in a band and I also had music class, but I just ended up being the vocalist in the band. So it was like, you know what? Like, let me not even bother trying to do anything else. So yeah, I'm starting a little bit late, but it's better than never.
Yeah, that's true. If you're going to do it now, because I think once you get into your 20s and beyond, it gets so much harder to learn things and pick up new things like learning how to play an instrument and doing these things. Because when you're younger, you don't like second guess yourself as much.
Right. Yeah.
That is so true. So, for the recording process of this new project you're working on, how are you guys doing? Are you sending each other files? Are you all getting into the studio together? How is that
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
together?
Both actually. So a lot of the times Charles will send me like a track or something with like no lyrics and he'll be like, "Hey, can you write to this?" I'll be like, "Okay." So I'll write to it like in my notes on my phone and I will either like send it back to him or I'll just kind of keep it and wait until we get into the studio and talk about it. So yeah, that's usually how it goes. But usually I get sent a track or something, or I find one and I'm like, oh, do you guys have anything similar to this? Or can we do something similar to this? Because I really like this. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes.
And when you're writing, do you have the melody in your head and do you kind of like enunciate that to the musicians?
Yeah. So it kind of goes like I'll start with the music, like I need the song part of it first, right? Like the music part of it. And then the melodies will come and then the lyrics come after. So yeah, that just makes the most sense to me in my head. Like that's kind of, the easiest thing is to just fit in as you go. So yeah, the melody would come first and then the lyrics. But usually like a concept is brought up first, and then the chorus has to be written first. So you kind of know how to, place everything else in the song, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, that does. I mean, it kind of proves you don't need to know the instrument because you got the melody in your head. If you could explain that to the musicians you have, and I'm sure they're good and they can kind of pick up on that and find the chords,
Yeah.
it probably goes from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Who's on this new project? Charles is producing, and
Mhm.
who else is on this project? Who are the musicians and the backup singers?
Right. So Matt Gumley is one of the, you know, major people that I'm working with. And then a lot of other songs have Sarah on it. Sarah. She's a Finnish singer.
Cool.
And then there's Diamond. Diamond is a lot. She does a lot of the harmonies and background vocals and little just adding things to what I'm doing. And she comes up with a lot of concepts too and writing too. So yeah, it is mostly them three that are my right hand men.
How many songs do you have in the can for this? Or do you have an exact amount? And when do you plan on releasing the whole EP?
Well, I'm not sure exactly when or exactly how many. We're still trying to figure that out, but we're probably thinking around like 6, 7-ish, maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure exactly. We'll still figure that out, but yeah, it's gonna be around that. And then yeah, because I have dozens, I would say, or maybe 2 dozen songs recorded right now. So we have enough to pick from.
Oh
But
yeah,
we're
yeah,
still going and we're still going in and recording new stuff. So just so we have more options.
yeah. As far as your social life goes, you going out very much in New York? I mean, what can you do at
Uh,
17 or legally? I mean,
can't do much. I mean, it's still nice to go out with my friends and even just by myself. I don't mind a little alone time, but
no,
I don't really do much. I prefer to stay in. It's freezing outside, except for yesterday. Yesterday was nice out. It was almost 70 degrees yesterday.
yeah, it's
Like,
really weird. Here we are in late February. Down here, it's always warmer, but I know that my daughter lives in Boston. So
mm,
it's like, yeah, one day it's spring and then all of a sudden the snow comes.
yeah, it's ridiculous. It was like literally one day it was almost 70 degrees, and then today I don't even want to know what it is outside. I think it's like 30 or 20 something, and I'm not even gonna think about going outside. I can't.
It's a roller coaster. I remember going to New York. I was your age when I went to visit New York. We didn't tell anybody we were going there. I went with my friends. And I was like mesmerized. It was like, oh my God, this is like this big outdoor playground. But yeah, couldn't do very much, but they
Yeah.
did serve us beer in a Chinese restaurant once.
It doesn't seem like you can do much, but it's really like, I don't know. The only reason I'd go outside is to get food. That's like really it. There's nothing else. Like, what am I gonna go golfing, mini golfing? Probably not. I don't do that anymore. But yeah, it's definitely difficult in the winter. It's depressing, actually. It is.
But it's New York. There's always excitement. I grew up in Ohio and it would be gray and cold
Oh,
for 4 months. It's like, ugh, yuck.
wow. Yeah, I could not do that. I need the
So
city.
yeah, I know, I know. The city's wonderful though. So your future, what are you planning on? Do you want to stay in New York? Do you want to end up, doing maybe being bi-coastal one day?
Hmm. I mean, honestly, I can only really picture myself staying here. If anything, maybe California, but I wouldn't be able to stay there like for the rest of my life. I can't. I've been there multiple times. I've been to LA, been to San Francisco, I've been to San Diego. It's just kind of like it's just not for me. But, I don't mind going there. I do enjoy going there for like a vacation or for, whatever might come up, but I definitely prefer to stay here. This is my safe place. You know, this is my home base.
Yeah. And it's a good one to have because you could do your craft there and you have all the connections in New York. You gonna plan on doing any schooling or just basically you're hitting the real world once high school's over?
Well, I mean, I'm still thinking about it. I don't know. If I go to college or anything like that, it would have to be for music, something music related. I can't go for anything like academic. Like my mind, my brain is done. It is done. If I go, I'd be interested in like, the engineering part of it or production or just literally anything, even the business. But yeah, that's all I would do if I were to go.
Yeah, that would make sense. It really would. Because you're all in. I mean, why even have that backup? It's like this is what I'm doing. It's you have to if you want to really make it in the business, which is a hard business, but you find your footing and you'll learn how to, be
Right.
completely unique and individual. Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
it's been great speaking with you today, and best of luck. Serial F Boy is the new single. The video is playing like crazy on YouTube and
Mhm.
wherever else you get your videos, and you're all over Spotify and everywhere else.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
And your website is all one word. Tell them
Yeah,
again.
it should be my website or like social media
Yeah, your
thing.
main website is that because
Main
everything
website?
probably is
Yeah.
connected there, I would
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just Aja McLean etsy.com.
Yeah, there was where you go. You could order the new EP there eventually when this gets released.
Yes, eventually it will probably be linked to that. Yes.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck, and can't wait for that EP to get out there.
Thank you. Me too.
Have a good one. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And now, an Etsy holiday gifting mission. Today's episode, Operation Delivered on Time. Here's the situation. The holidays are coming up, which means you're on a mission to buy handcrafted gifts, but you're worried they may not be delivered on time, so you need peace of mind if something goes wrong with your delivery. Impossible, right? Not this year, because you're shopping for gifts on Etsy. Etsy is where everyone can find handmade items from independent shops. It's also the place where you know your gifts will be delivered by the seller's estimated delivery date or your money back. Whether you're searching for handmade home pieces like serveware, cutting boards, and throw pillows, or personalized items like necklaces, handbags, and seasonal jackets, Etsy has it and has your back if something goes wrong with delivery. New to Etsy? Use the code HOLIDAY10 for 10% off your first purchase. That's code HOLIDAY10. Maximum discount value of $50. Expires December 31st, 2023. See terms at etsy.com/terms. To claim refund, see requirements and exclusions at etsy.com/legal/buyers. Etsy has it. Shop etsy.com.